Right now at 10, the Salvation Army is in the early stages of proposed expansion of its downtown facility.
And a night to honor bravery and those going above the call of duty. Meet those being recognized at tonight's Madison Police Awards.
Plus, a staple on the east side for nearly a quarter century will soon be closing up shop. The owner's reasoning for the decision. Straight ahead.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. The Salvation Army is looking at options for expanding its women and family shelter on East Washington.
People who stay there say an upgrade is needed. Amy Reed joins us now with the story. Amy?
Yeah, that's right, Charlotte. This is something the Salvation Army has wanted to do for a long time, as evidenced by their previous attempts. People who stay there say they hope this time it goes through. Elizabeth Mitchell says she's grateful for what the Salvation Army does.
It's a good thing what they do. You know, it's helping me. I have a job and I go to work every day, but you know, it takes a lot to get back on your feet, you know, once you've made mistakes in the past.
But she said this decades-old building that used to be an elementary school could use some upgrades to help even more.
You know, it's okay. It's just not a lot of privacy and needs more bathrooms, you know. You have 45 single women that stay downstairs and we share 4 stalls of bathrooms.
The Salvation Army is hoping to make that better by tearing down this building and replacing it with a new one and other on-site resources. The new facility would have more beds for women and families. They also want to add some affordable and transitional housing options just outside the main facility if they can. Those specifics are too far away to be nailed down. District 2 Alder Patrick Heck has been talking with the Salvation Army and nearby neighbors about what these changes could mean.
I've heard from nearby neighbors that they're a little hesitant because they feel like the ongoing impacts of the Salvation Army are not particularly positive from their point of view, although I think everybody realizes what the Salvation does is an incredibly valuable service.
Though not every neighbor agrees. One man who did not want to go on camera told us he's proud this assistance is in his neighborhood. And Mitchell said support in time or donations is really all they need from other people.
We don't need handouts. You know, we have charities and everything that help us. We're not looking for handouts. We're just looking to have a fair chance in life again.
The Salvation Army wasn't available today to talk with us about this, but Alder Heck and the District 6 Alder Marcia Rummel are holding a neighborhood meeting about this idea, and the Salvation Army is expected to present more there. That will be June 6th, 6 p.m. at Lapham School.
The Madison Police Department is taking time tonight to thank officers and community members for their outstanding work in the community. Among those being recognized at tonight's 2019 MPD Award ceremony at Monona Terrace, former Madison Alderman Matt Fair and his wife Connie. They are credited with saving 2 people who were stranded in rushing water during last summer's historic flooding.
They put themselves in harm's way, and that is worthy of our time, worthy of our attention, and worthy of the honor of celebrating citizens who basically stepped up and were recounted in a time of tragic crisis.
And the Madison officers who responded to the workplace shooting in Middleton and the officers who were first on scene at the Visions nightclub shooting were also recognized tonight.
Flags are once again being ordered to half staff on Friday for Major General Raymond Matera, who died in late January. He served as the Adjutant General for the state of Wisconsin and oversaw the federal and state missions of the Wisconsin Air and Army National Guards from 1979 to 1989. He will be buried on Friday in Madison with full honors, including an F-16 flyover. Looking at our forecast right now, we had a nice warm up today. Here's meteorologist Dana Fulton. Hi, Dana.
Overall this afternoon really wasn't too bad, just a little windy outside. We had sunshine, we had temperatures in the upper 70s. Now we're looking at some shower and storm chances overnight. All is quiet in Dane County, but notice that line of thunderstorms starting to push into Rock and Walworth counties. To the south, we do have a tornado watch, a few severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings in effect. Yes, that is well to the south, though. Again, nothing for us in southern Wisconsin right now as far as any watches or warnings, but we are keeping a close eye on these storms as they do lift north. It's currently 70 in Madison, about 68 in Janesville. This is quite a hop up from where we were at 24 hours ago, a 16-degree difference in Madison. The good news, our wind speeds have died down quite a bit, down to about 7 miles per hour in Madison. We're going to hover anywhere between 8 to 15 as we head into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, plan on the sun returning yet again. Temperatures will be mild and then rain by Friday. We'll take a close look at what's ahead for the rest of the week and the weekend in just a few minutes.
A severe weather system that tore through parts of Oklahoma earlier this week is now leading to severe flooding. This is the Cimarron River north of Oklahoma City. Several homes are in danger of being washed away. This morning, the river was 9 feet above flood stage and it's supposed to go up another 4 feet by Friday. A Red Cross volunteer from Dane County is on his way to Oklahoma to help in the recovery efforts. Dennis Erickson has been with the Red Cross for 18 years. He says he plans to be in Oklahoma for a minimum of 2 weeks.
A big switch for a big development in our city. SSM Health announced today it will not build a new clinic on South Park Street in response to some community concerns about a food desert in that area. Originally, the clinic was going to go up at the site of a current Pick and Save because that's one of the only full-service grocery stores in that area. The community did have concerns about it being demolished. The new clinic will now be housed nearby on South Fitch Hatchery Road. SSM Health says it also is committed to working with the city to ensure that a grocery store does remain there on South Park Street. Last night, we told you about a new development giving a home to any child who wants to perform in Madison. We told you it would be going into an 11-story building. However, we do want to offer a bit of a correction. It will actually be going into a 4-story building next to the 11-story building. We regret that error and will continue to update you on this story as it continues to develop.
President Trump says he will no longer work with congressional Democrats until they end their investigations into him. It comes after a scheduled meeting between the president and top Democrats was cut short today. They were supposed to discuss infrastructure. Prior to that meeting, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said she believed President Trump is taking part in a cover-up, something the president sharply denied. The president's legal team took a hit today. A federal judge in New York is refusing to block subpoenas from House Democrats for his financial records. The House Financial Services and Intelligence Committees have requested the documents from Deutsche Bank and Capital One for possible foreign influence in the U.S. political process.
Florida's governor ordering a cybersecurity review into election security for every county in Florida. Today's announcement comes 8 days after he revealed Russian military intelligence had breached computer networks in 2 Florida counties. That breach took place during the run-up to the 2016 presidential election. Celebrity attorney Michael Avenatti back in hot water. He is now accused of stealing $300,000 from his ex-client Stormy Daniels. A federal grand jury in New York City indicted him today. Included in that indictment, he is also accused of trying to extort more than $20 million from sportswear giant Nike. Avenatti tweeted today that he will be fully exonerated.
Protesters gathered outside the Lion of Judah House of Rastafari today over what they say are racist, homophobic, and anti-feminist behaviors. The church has been selling cannabis through what they say is a legal religious exemption. According to protesters, social media posts from and incidents involving the church point to issues of cultural appropriation.
Rastafari is a religion that is meant for the empowerment of Black people. So for me, I wanted to know why it was they were using my culture to appropriate the ability to sell an illegal substance.
The city of Madison sent a cease and desist letter to the church last month. The House of Rastafari has filed a federal lawsuit in response.
People near Fort Atkinson are back in their homes tonight after a gas leak forced them to evacuate. This is near Treeloft Road at Highway 12. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says they were called around noon after a construction worker accidentally hit a line there. Some people are still without gas right now, but everyone is back in their homes. A box truck falls through multiple levels of a parking ramp. This was in New Jersey today. Some aerial video here gives you an idea of the damage. You can see part of the truck nose up inside that hole. Police say the truck crashed through 2 levels before finally coming to a stop. Fortunately, no one was injured. A well-known restaurant on Willie Street is closing its doors after a quarter century of bringing Jamaican cuisine to our area.
Jamaica is decked out in red, yellow, and green, but will soon be saying goodbye. Jamie Perez spoke with the owner today about why this Madison staple is deciding to call it quits.
Well, there's certainly a long history behind this restaurant and the man who started it all. After 24 years, he told me things just aren't the same. And it's the things both business-wise and the things that are nearest to his heart that make him come to terms with the fact that this is just something that he has to do. This will be one of the last times Martin Deacon will get to sit in front of his restaurant watching as the traffic whizzes by.
We used to always call it the funky Jamaican spot.
This funky Jamaican spot has caught the eyes of Madisonians for 24 years with its bright colors that liven up this corner of Willie Street.
It's been a long ride.
A long ride through history. When Martin first moved to America in the 1960s, he set out on a dream. After spending a couple of years in Florida, he moved here, first starting out working at the UW Medical School for 23 years, before starting out on a new adventure.
The foods start going wild. It catch on more than anything else.
This started as a deli in 1995 and later turned into a sit-down restaurant that was popular with the locals at the time.
When I started first, was a lot of hippies and, spunky people in the neighborhood.
But times changed.
10 years or so, it started turning because of competition and other restaurants popping up.
As time aged, so did he and his wife.
My wife is sick in the nursing home. She had Alzheimer's dementia, which is a very hard thing to take, so I put all that together and think it's time to take off.
Martin said he is physically and emotionally ready, even if his customers aren't.
It'll be hard to see them go, and they don't want me to go either, but it's time. We just have to depart.
When the time comes to close these doors for the last time.
I used to call it blood, sweat, and tears, but it seems like it's going to be all tears.
A journey he will never forget as he moves on to his next by his wife's side.
She's not at the best right now. So I give her all the support and stay close to her.
In Madison.
Something that we have to do. I have to do it.
Jamie Perez, News 3 Now.
The restaurant is closing in about 2.5 weeks.
So if you never get the chance to stop by, or if you're a regular customer, you have just a little bit of time to say your goodbyes. We wish him and his wife well.
Still ahead tonight, continued warm weather. See if it'll last into our extended holiday weekend.
Plus, a delay of plans when the Treasury Department is pushing back the launch of the new $20 bill featuring Harriet Tubman. Stay with us.
A new report says fewer American adults are dying of cancer, but more are dying from heart disease.
Well, the new research comes from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. According to the study, the number of U.S. adult cancer deaths dropped 19% between 1999 and 2017. And while heart disease deaths dropped 22% from 1999 to 2011, the rate then went up another 4% in the following years through 2017. Experts say the heart disease uptick is likely related to the growing obesity rates.
Prada, one of the biggest names in fashion, is going fur-free by next year. That applies to all of its brands starting February of 2020. The Fur-Free Alliance, a coalition of more than 50 animal protection organizations, led the campaign last year to pressure Prada to go fur-free. Burberry, Versace, and Gucci have made similar decisions the past few years. A redesigned $20 bill featuring Harriet Tubman will not debut next year. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said tonight that the new currency will be unveiled in 2028 rather than 2020 as originally planned. Mnuchin said the department wanted to focus on boosting security features.
The State Department of Natural Resources Board has approved a 2019 deer hunt framework that does not include any buck-only counties for the first time in a decade. Buck-only designations are typically imposed to protect does so area herds can grow. That move signals the statewide herd is healthy, particularly in northwestern and southern Wisconsin. Some big ships in the Big Apple right now, kicking off Fleet Week 2019. These are just a few of the ships arriving in New York Harbor this morning. This is the 31st year for that event, celebrating the sea services, including the U.S. Navy, the Marines, and the Coast Guard. More than a dozen ships are on display this year, and they will all be open over the next several days for public tours.
Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us now with a look at our improving forecast.
Baby steps. Everything's getting a little better. Of course, today we had some sunshine, temperatures this afternoon well above average, and it does look like over the next 10 days our temps are going to stay up for us. Unfortunately, it's also going to include some showers and thunderstorm chances, including some opportunities tonight to pick up some more rainfall. In Dane County, we're currently quiet, but we do have this line of showers and thunderstorms in the southeast corner of the state that's bringing a little bit of rain, as you can see, into Rock and Walworth counties right now. I have my lightning indicator on currently and not picking up any lightning. It doesn't seem like this is going to be a system that brings a lot of hail or lightning threats, but it is going to bring that chance for some very strong wind gusts as it continues to move northeast. Most of the strong weather for us right now is still to the south in Iowa and central Illinois. So far today, the threat has stayed down there. We do still have a marginal risk for severe weather tonight on the eastern edge of the state. Also the chance, of course, to have some hail and the opportunity to see those stronger wind gusts. We've already seen wind gusts in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range this afternoon. A few thunderstorms could bring some strong wind gusts about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Again, really favored toward the southeast corner, but not ruling out the chance to even see a few showers in Dane County for us. A warm front lifted over today. That's why our temperatures climbed so much. We had a high of 78 this afternoon. Now that cold front is going to be crossing over overnight. That's the driving force through the storms that are staying to the south. And it's going to be the factor, of course, that's causing our temperatures to cool down tomorrow. We'll be dropping just a little bit, still staying above average, but rather than being in the upper 70s, we'll be in the lower 70s for afternoon highs tomorrow. Part of that thanks to a little northwest breeze by tomorrow afternoon. The shower chances shift out of here. Thursday actually looks partly to mostly sunny. Friday, the rain does return, and we're looking at scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms throughout the day on Friday, overnight, and into Saturday morning. Because of this, we are going to see significant accumulation. It's not going to be light rain coming through. We could have very heavy rainfall at times with those thunderstorms. That center bullseye where we could see the most accumulation is right in central southern Wisconsin, anywhere from 2 to 3 inches possible with our highest accumulations. We're already 2.5 inches up for the year, so having that much come through in just a 24 to 36 hour period could lead to some isolated flooding concerns for us Friday night and Saturday morning. Again, heading into Thursday, though, at least we do have another opportunity for some sunshine and a little bit of drying throughout the day. We aren't expecting any rain threat. Really won't see much cloud coverage either. Will be in the low 70s for afternoon highs. It should be a really pleasant afternoon. The rain threat on Friday has allowed us to issue an alert day for us. We do have the threat for showers and thunderstorms in the evening and overnight. Of course, we could have some very strong wind gusts, the potential for a few spots of hail, and that isolated tornado threat. We're not going to rule it out right now, especially later in the day. Overnight will fall to about 56 degrees heading into your Thursday morning in a mild spot. We do have the chance for those thunderstorms in the southeast corner of the state. Tomorrow afternoon will be just a little above average. The partly sunny skies still pretty mild though at 73. So mid to low 70s for Thursday and Friday. Friday we have that alert day due to all the rain that will be coming in and the threat for isolated thunderstorms also. The weekend doesn't look too bad right now. Partly cloudy for us on Saturday as temperatures will be in the middle 70s. And then by Sunday, we may see a few more clouds. We'll still be close to 70 for afternoon highs. Memorial Day looks okay in the morning. I know we have a lot of morning events. The thunderstorm chance looks like it's going to start to develop later in the afternoon and evening. And that chance is going to stay with us through Tuesday, Wednesday, and into early Thursday morning. So right now those morning events should be okay.
But things can change, though.
Yeah.
Things can shift. If we can push those rain chances out of Monday completely, that would certainly be ideal.
Well, I'll take that weekend forecast, though, now.
Saturday and Sunday do
look
pretty
what
good.
we've seen in recent weeks. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Dana.
Thanks.
Are the Bucks on the ropes, or is coming home the cure for what ails them? The story coming up in sports.
People were thinking the Brewers and Reds were all set up to have a pitcher's duel at Miller Park today, but the exact opposite happened. 20 runs were scored and neither starting pitcher made it through 4 innings. Yasmani Grandal had an interesting day. First at the plate, 2-run homers, 9th of the season, part of an 11-run day for the Brewers offense. And Grandal was in the middle of a wacky double play in the 7th. Strike 3 on the batter here. The ball gets by Grandal, but the Reds runner strayed too far off first. Grandal picks him off. It leads to an inning-ending double play. It was that kind of crazy day. Final score, Brewers 11, Reds 9. Brewers are off tomorrow. They'll host the Phillies Friday. At Wrigley, Phillies at Cubs. Cole Hamels starts for the Cubs. Cole Irvin for the Phillies. First time ever both starters were named Cole. Cole Irvin comes out on the short end when Albert Almora Jr. hits a grand slam in the 5th to break a 3-3 tie. Final score, Cubs 8, Phillies 4. Cubs lead the Brewers by 2 games atop the Central Division. On a conference call today, Bucks coach Mike Budenholzer said there's certainly no place for fans or whatever Drake is for the Raptors on the court. There's boundaries and lines for a reason, he said. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tomorrow night, 7:30 in Milwaukee. Raptors held serve, won both games in Toronto to even the series at 2 games apiece. This series has a whole new complexion, but the Bucks are saying, we're cool.
If you lose 1 or 2 games, it's not the end of the world. We realize, where we are right now. We realize the opportunity that we have, but we build habits, all season long. So we're not going to lose, our confidence.
We all could have been better, and we could have been better as a team, but. I think we're definitely frustrated with ourselves, obviously, because we lost. But, we'll look at film, we'll learn from this, and we'll bounce back.
2 Bucks are on the NBA's all-defensive first team. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Eric Bledsoe considered among the top 5 defenders in the league. They're the first Milwaukee Bucks to be all-NBA defensive first team since Alvin Robertson in 1991. Michigan has hired Juwan Howard as its new men's basketball coach. Howard was a member of the great Michigan Fab Five teams in the 90s, but has never been a head coach. He played in the NBA 19 seasons. He's been an assistant coach with the Miami Heat the last 6 seasons. Jonathan Sippes has a new assistant coach at Badger women's basketball. It's a name you might remember. Lindsay Wisdom Hilton was a great player for Purdue about 10 years ago. She's now a member of the Badgers coaching staff. WIA boys sectional tennis at Nielsen Tennis Stadium. What a battle in #1 doubles. Middleton's Sam Detman and Brandon Bodak take the #1 doubles sectional title. They won this match on an 11-9 tiebreaker in the deciding set. And at #1 singles, Verona area's Will Tennyson continues his undefeated senior season. Tennyson sweeps through the field to win the #1 singles title. He's now 23-0 on his way to the state individual meet next week. Middleton wins the sectional team title, so the Cardinals qualify for the state team tournament. And WIA boys golf regional at Lake Ripley in Cambridge. The home team won it by 15 over Palmyra Eagle. Abundant Life Country Days Boomer Zirath is the individual winner with 78. We'll be right back.
And Dana's back with the final check of your forecast.
So right now we do have some showers and thunderstorms in Rock County and in Walworth counties. The southeast corner of the state might see a few more over the next few hours. Tomorrow, though, sunshine will be in the low 70s for afternoon highs. Showers developing again Thursday night into Friday. Friday, we're looking at showers and thunderstorms. An alert day in the forecast due to the threat of some really strong wind gusts and some isolated flooding. We could have anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of accumulation by Saturday morning. Saturday and Sunday right now look pretty good for us. Another chance for showers starts to move in Monday night, later in the day, so early in Memorial Day. Should be pretty okay as far as weather is concerned.
Big game 5 tomorrow night, right?
7:30. Kevin will be over there giving us some reports and trying to figure out what's going to happen.
That is a big one. Thanks for joining us.
Do something good, and we'll see you tomorrow.